All right, guys, we are back. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. As always, it is so great to see you. And friend, welcome to Four-Wheel Drive Talk episode 16. Now, in this week's news, Chevy has discontinued the 2022 Colorado Trail Bus because it's too popular. Yeah, I'm being serious. In other news, charging your overlanding or off-road electric vehicle could take just minutes in the future if a new patent works out. Now, it could mean a huge shift in adopting EVs for overlanding and off-road usage. Now, we're also going to chat about the finalists for the North America Truck of the Year and SUV of the Year. The contenders might actually surprise you. Now, we'll get to the news in here in just a moment, but first, if you could do me a big gigantic favor, as I always ask in the beginning of these videos, if this video is helpful, if you can go down below, hit that like button down below. Not only does it help with the whole YouTube algorithm, but it also gives us the feedback that we need as a brand to keep putting these videos out for you. Now, one other thing before we dive into this week's news is I do have to give a shout out to our friends over with J.A. Shank & Company. Now, these guys have not only do they have a brand new website, but they have one of the best cooking accessories. If you do any off-roading or overlanding, you really need to take a look at their grill that these guys have. A few months ago, I was talking about this has become my favorite cooking accessory, and this is not an accessory. This is the big cojones. This thing is the real deal for cooking over wood. They just launched a new website just a few days ago, and I have to say, this thing is really, their website is absolutely badass. Definitely worth taking a look at. I'm going to put a link to their website right here on the screen. With that said, guys, let's get on to this week's headlines. Now, just a couple weeks ago at SEMA, Chevy showed off the 2022 Colorado Trail Bus, which looked like a pretty kick-ass option for overlanding enthusiasts that really wanted a tricked-out mid-sized truck. But now the trim level has been discontinued, and not for reasons that you would think. As it turns out, the Colorado Trail Bus was so popular that Chevy couldn't come close to fulfilling the order, so they discontinued it, at least for now. Now, on top of discontinuing the Trail Bus, Chevy is even removing the Trail Bus options from trucks that have already been completed, which, look, if I'm being honest here, that makes absolutely zero sense. Now, the Trail Bus options include items like black emblems, tailgate letters, red tow hooks, 17-inch ZR2 tires, skid plates, and G80 automatic locking rear differentials, among a ton of other things. Now, the good news is that these parts can be purchased individually from Chevy. So if you really want a Colorado Trail Bus, man, you can go out there and build your own. But it's a shame that they're being discontinued, even if only temporarily. I mean, come on, Chevy, have you heard of a waiting list? Now, as I mentioned last week, electric vehicles are the future. It's a question of when they become the norm, not if. But one of the barriers to widespread adoption of EVs is the time it takes to charge the batteries. Now, this might not be a big deal if your EV is a commuter, the car that you just simply plug into a wall overnight, but what if your EV is used for overlanding and off-roading? Now, for those of us that do a lot of overlanding and off-roading, sitting around at a charging station for hours on end is a big fat no-go. But Ford and Purdue are working on a potential solution that could significantly reduce those times. Now, these guys have developed a liquid-cooled charging cable that prevents overheating, which really is the big problem with rapid charging. Basically, the liquid inside is designed to evaporate, which allows it to carry away more of that heat from the cable. Reducing heat means increasing how much current can be carried. Now, battery systems, of course, will need to be improved to accept higher levels of electricity. However, making improvements in the cable will certainly be a good step forward in making EVs that much more of a viable option. Now, if you have your eye on one of the badass new Rivians or a Ford F-150 Lightning, or heck, even a Wrangler EV that you want to use for overlanding and off-roading in the future, you might be able to charge it in a matter of minutes rather than hours. Yeah, badass. The North American Car and Truck Utility of the Year Award finalists have been announced, and it's a pretty interesting mix of contenders. Now, on the truck side, we have two compact trucks. You have the Ford Maverick and the Hyundai Santa Cruz, as well as the Rivian R1T, which is technically a mid-sized truck. No full-size options this year. Personally, I don't think there's going to be any doubt the winner will be Rivian, but not the discount Ford or Hyundai options. They just simply don't have the firepower, or rather the innovation, that Rivian has. Now, on the SUV side, the final contenders are the Genesis GV70 and the Hyundai Ioniq 5 and the Ford Bronco. Again, we see smaller SUVs opposed to larger rigs, and we also see an electric option among the contenders. the Hyundai. Now, personally, I think the Bronco is going to win this category given the insane popularity of this thing. Plus, it's the most capable off-road out of the bunch, which really should be worth something, right? Now, if you have any predictions, which vehicles do you think will take home in the prize? Let me know in the comments below. Well, now that you're all caught up on this week's headlines, let's close off today's discussion with our current giveaway. We have 3 excellent prizes up for the grabs. We have 11-piece camp kitchen cooking utensil set, CT Camptronics rechargeable camping lights, and of course the $100 Amazon gift card. Entering the giveaway is really simple. Step 1, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Step 2, leave a comment below. In fact, the more of our videos that you watch and leave a comment on, the more chances that you have to win. So get watching some of our other videos and leave some comments. Step 3, register on 4-Wheel Drive Talk and introduce yourself in the forum. Now, if you registered on the site and already introduced yourself during one of the last giveaways, you're still eligible to win. But as I keep saying over and over again, swing on by, say hello. We would love to see it. Friend, that is it. For complete details on the giveaway, including how to register on 4-Wheel Drive Talk and how to say hello in the forum, check out the description below. Good luck. Well, there you go, guys. 4-Wheel Drive Talk 16 is in the bag. As always, it's that time of the video where I'm going to ask you to do all that YouTube stuff that is oh so valuable to the channel. If you found some value with this video, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're currently not subscribed to the channel, hell, what are you waiting for? We'd love to have you part of the family. And last but not least, might as well kick that bell so that you're notified each time that we come out with a video like this. That said, friends, I'm going to be jumping out of my studio, so you get out there, stay healthy, and find your adventures.